Hello ladies and gentlemen, Maelstrom behind the mic for a new replay of Rise of the Reds 1.9 internal. This one has been sent and recommended by Mizo heavily. Apparently it's a very good 2v2, so let's see what it is about. Right, a 2v2 match. North versus South, where we have two ECA players versus two GLA players. Calvin and Bruce playing as GLA versus Mizo and Frost as ECA. Let's see. We have a triple dozer opening for Mizo. Double dozer for Frost. Okay, already different approaches from both players, very good. I don't know this map, but it looks pretty cool. Like there are a lot of text structures everywhere. This is definitely not a command truck. Alrighty, there is the command truck. Bruce going double supplies next to each other for additional income. Clever. Going also for the oil derrick nearest base. Let's see for a Scorpion tank. I do not see tier 1 salvage, so we didn't go for the assault tactics. We will probably see some other stuff. Calvin going for both forward oil derricks, while Bruce goes for forward supplies. This technical is not loaded with infantry. Scorpion tank reaching Mizo's perimeter, which is not defended against that kind of threat. However, the Scout Tower will dispose of the technical without any difficulty. Scorpion tank being isolated and chooses to retreat after seeing a cheetah. So Mizo went for the prepared defenses. Meanwhile, I see Calvin choosing... well, there was probably some lost tanks here, so I'm not exactly sure if he went for the assault tactics or not. Mizo finishing his deployment zone, going straight for tier 2. Loading some felons inside the Leopard for additional anti-infantry support. Very good. More Scorpion tanks, more technicals, and even more Scorpion tanks. However, we have fortifications in Mizo space. Those are reinforced. Bruce crawling forward with defenses. Interesting. Going tier 1 only now. Nothing much so far. Mizo reinforcing his defenses with tank trap barricades on the left side to avoid flanking. I even see bloodhounds. Those are apparently loaded with infantry. If they come from the deployment zone, they are loaded with Panzerfaust. And by the looks of it, they are, and they already have the fireports. In the meantime, Bruce goes on the offense before being caught by the Bloodhounds fireports. Very dangerous. Killing all the Scorpion tanks. but the rebels did survive and will go for the artillery platform. I see a group of anarchists. They already have the Scorpion rocket, so we will probably see some sieging indeed. The accuracy of this thing is not stellar, I'll give you that. Reloading. In the meantime, Mizo goes up in the skies with a Tiger gunship, while Bruce finishes his fortification on the right. Grenade Pander, inflicting good damage, as well as those Bloodhounds again. We have a Pander with what do you call it now? With a Felon inside, giving it a machine gun and Star Strix. More shenanigans with the anarchists. Remember that tech defenses cannot be rebuilt, contrary to most tech buildings. In the meantime, Calvin rushes in with only 2 Scorpion tanks. He's decided to kill that Leopard, and he does. Marksman marking the forward supplies as the first Scorpion falls. That's not the best trade for Calvin. Losing both a supply and a Scorpion to a single Leopard. That's not great. Snipers providing some good fire support against those anarchists, but those chaff countermeasure make now those Bloodhound drop tier 2 salvage, which could be a very valuable asset for Bruce if he was able to recycle them. I see a Jaeger Pander. Tunnel cannon is very dangerous. Grads in single fire mode advancing. Apparently they can even fire on the move. Didn't know that. A group of spear team also assures that there is a good anti-vehicle cover in there. So, nice. I see a recycler. I don't know if he managed to capture anything. There was definitely some salvage on this side. Meanwhile, Frost switches to canister rounds while still having Panzerfaust inside, so very good versus any kind of target. Those spear teams made the unfortunate experience of that, and we have the first tridents on the field, but the Grads are more maneuverable and can dodge those shots without too much trouble and get the kill. Recycler securing ECA tier 2 salvage, but I see a deny with the howitzer position. Yet another attempt at capturing it. Yet another denial. This one was captured. He captured it twice, granting him a nice money bonus. This is going to be bad for the ECA team. Fire control stations, apparently, yes. Since he went for the prepared defense, It's kind of a logical pick. We have a Fennec on the field. Mizo is the first player being at rank 3. We have a group of pioneers, but good old Jarman doesn't care. And we have a marksman being shot down by real-world trucks. But before that, apparently he had the time to tag the map for missile barrage, and those radar vans were not in the correct mode for interception. Those mercenaries... No, those are commandos. I thought those were mercenary gunners, because I saw them being detected. They were detected by those scout vans, and apparently German is being detected by the MSA. Mod switch has occurred for the scout vans, now allowing them to intercept ballistic vehicles. Bulldog turret firing in the void. More missiles being fired by the fire control stations. Wow. And Jaeger finishing them for good measure. Ooh. Mortar shots on that angry mob. Interesting results. Right, on Frost's side, it looks like Calvin is bringing in some Death Ray recyclers, but even the sheer firepower is not enough, so he uses an Overwatch. Calvin is rank 3, so he went all 3 ranks of Air Force. I do not see anything. Or was it Bruce offering support? I see Bruce being at least rank 2 in Air Force, so I will guess that is rank 3 Air Force. And he is rank 3, period. So means that he didn't pick anything in the first line of GPs. In the meantime, Calvin has a sizable force of quads and Death Ray recyclers, while Frost only has 2 tridents to stop him. He has a deployment zone, but I do not see anything. I see a marksman that can provide some support, but that's it. Mizo has howitzer position, so that can bring in some support, and Frost has 1. Righty. Angry mob charging at Mizo's fortifications. But not too close, because that guard tower may have something to say about it. Plus the howitzer position will remind everyone of its presence. Alright, more missile strikes sent by a marksman. 3 missiles connecting. Minimal losses. And a solar burst strike on the supplies of Calvin. And it looks like Calvin went for the assault tactics, as I see 2 Scud launchers. Bruce, in the meantime, is producing hooks. Nice. And I see vultures in the air already. Howitzer position repelling Calvin, who was trying to force through this bottleneck. A very bad idea versus ECA. But Bruce manages to do something thanks to angry mobs. However, howitzers are ready to counterattack. The results are nasty. Fire control stations. Those death ray are just cooking infantry. Tridents are also in the game, and friendly fire and the first Scots are also falling on ECA bases. Pace is picking up. I see a beacon by Frost, probably signaling the last known position of the Scud launchers. Those are really nasty. I count 1, 2 hooks. Loaded with tunnel defenders. Nice. Probably going for fireboard, I guess. Yes, since you can see the guns sticking out and additional armor plates. Vultures going in the sky. And their target will be the Sky Shield battery. That would be a real problem for the hooks. Speaking of them, they are charging in. Looks like Bruce already also has the Gamma Virus upgrade, but the tunnel defenders do not give the range nor firepower to fight against those tigers. I hear something falling down. I don't know what, I don't know where. Oh, those are mortar shells. Right, fire control station added again. More missiles coming through, inflicting huge damage to those Scorpion tanks. That was a pretty good choice by Mizo. Death ray recyclers back into the action. Remember, those are cheaper than Grads and just as deadly. Howitzer position used in concert with Tridents plus fire control station equals absolute devastations. In the meantime, Jarman tries sneaking through an entire line of bloodhounds? Question mark. But got repelled. Fire control station misses its target and gets some friendly fire again. Calvin still going through the center. Yak Mahmoud stopping one of these scorpions, but it looks like Frost lost at least 2 tridents in the process. Frost has a lot of money. And Bruce still playing with the GLA Air Force before being reminded kindly by Mizo that Plague Dusters are no match for Tigers. Grads are now joining the party. Bruce is absolutely decided to force through that barricade by any means necessary, but it looks like Mizo is also decided to deny him. Howitzer positions plus Bulldog plus guard towers plus Warhound equals you shall not pass. Sniper team calling in a creeping barrage on the forward barracks, destroying it. Nice. More vulture action. More tridents, this time produced by Mizo. Vultures are not enough to kill a warhound, especially one single vulture. That's nasty. That Euro truck is going to have a bad day. But Angry Mob survived with only 2 members. I heard a what should we call it now? Zoroburst being fired. Apparently aiming for Bruce's super weapon, but still not killing it. It has a sliver of health. Bruce loading his hooks now with gunner mercenaries. Mizo is the first player, being rank 5. Does he have a protocol already? No. Mizo Frost is now signaling that Bruce is using his Scudstorm, and I think that Mizo noticed. Finally, this defense line has been breached, but charging with infantry where Anthrax is there is a very bad idea, as Bruce will just notice. But that was only a diversion, because here are the Hook gunships loaded with mercenary gunners, but that means he has no anti-air at all, and those tigers will just eat them away. Friendly fire with those scuds, destroying one of the hooks. Wotan array destroying the 2 remaining. Significant damage has been done to Mizo's defense line, though will have to rebuild. And another Zoroburst shot, still not enough to get rid of that goddamn Scud missile. Scudstorm, sorry. But we may see something that will be enough. Commandos, but it looks like Bruce anticipated. Not enough. Oh, but the Bulldog turret, the Bulldog pop, will it be enough with half time? It looks like it will. Right, all players but Bruce now have their super weapon. You can notice now that the countdown has been ported from Handpatch. But there was an Anthrax bomb here, leaving Anthrax for a long time. Almost immediately destroying those 3 tridents. All players are now rank 5. And Bruce is charging in with Grads. Mizo is countering with a Grand Slam to buy some time, but Bruce still has hooks, but he still doesn't have anti-air. He went for the bomber version this time, but still couldn't force through the barrage of tigers. Calvin trying to sneak in with bikes, doing some damage to units in place, but it will be forced to move because of that howitzer position. We have a detection guard tower here. Wotan array. You will not pass through the air. Get over it, Bruce. The anti-air is too strong. Sky shields, Wotan. One hook falls and tigers are joining the party. Still not good. The anti-air is too strong for ECA. And I see the first pillager. Looks like both GLA players do have their pillagers in there, as well as Calvin bringing in two of his scud launchers at the edge of Mizo's base for some long-lasting sieging from the looks of it. No protocols selected for Mizo, neither for Frost. Mizo really is in trouble. He has both pillagers in his base. It's not going to end well, as he's shot, destroying a fire control station and the guard tower. But I see the neutron drop. That will be the equalizer, as the pillagers are now isolated, and also it means that Mizo went for the Pandora protocol. Another Grand Slam, this time delivered by Frost. The Tigers will take advantage of Pillager being denied and revealed to destroy it, but did not have the time to kill Bruce's. Mizo lost his region command, but he's immediately rebuilding it. Bruce doesn't notice, or he could have one-shot it without any trouble. More Tigers, but this time Bruce has enough. He has Ural trucks. And I hear more solar bursts. All players bar Mizo have now 2 super weapons. Spear team. And I see a Prometheus on the field for Mizo, but Jarman plus Pillager. Nah, you're not going to use those missiles, my friend. And by those reinforced panels, I see that Frost has gone for the Manticore protocol. Ural trucks joining the front line, and I see another Prometheus has joined the game. Overwatch destroying it immediately. Bruce doesn't want to deal with those bloody Promethei. Second one is falling. And a Nenfrax bomb will probably discourage... Oh wait, it didn't deliver. Nice. Overwatch is finished. Meanwhile, Frost has his Manticore on the field, as well as a group of Panders and Bloodhounds. Interesting. Wonder what's he doing with that. Howitzer barrage aiming at Bruce's front line. Pillager trying again something, as this cannon one-shotting the Sky Shield battery, no problem. Solar Burst for Mizo is ready. Now all players have 2 super weapons. And it looks like Frost is going straight for the jugular. He wants to end it, but he's gonna get welcomed by an entire group of Death Ray recyclers. Another group of hooks in the air, as well as now a solar burst upgrade. More Tiger gunships. This is very intense, hard to keep up with everything. Frost is continuing. The Manticore has been almost isolated. Looks like Calvin tried using his Pillager in this situation, but was killed in the process. Manticore is holding well with all his passive repair, but those Scud Launcher will not be enough to pierce through that nano shield. But it's very short duration. He can force through. It is veteran C2. But we have hooks, and the Scots have rearmed. The Manticore is forced into a retreat. Bruce is experienced enough to know that it's not wise to pursue it. Or maybe not with a damaged hook. But he tried it still and was caught by a swarm of tigers. He lost his own pillager as well. He has some tunnel defenders apparently in that last hook, but the amount of flares from the tigers will render them useless. Meanwhile, on the left side, Mizo is forcing through with Prometheus. Euro Truck are being completely decimated. I see that Mizo chooses to use the glide bombs, but I also see a Scud Storm straight on Mizo's economy. You have to hit where it counts. Vulture bombers striking at the artillery, especially the Prometheus. That's nasty. Meanwhile, Frost's attack continues. Calvin has been forced to go 6 shelters near Bruce's base. But the absolute avalanche of General's power. Oh, that's bad calculation. Disabling your own troops. Not something that a Manticore cannot solve, though. Another Sorrow Burst from Frost. Prometheus are coming from the south, but the Overwatch will thin out their numbers. Pincer attack ensures their victory, and that's on the picture of this Sorrow Apocalypse that this match ends. I hope you enjoyed this very intense match. I certainly did. And I will see you soon for more content. Bye bye!